Let's talk about home appraisals for a moment. Those happen when you go to buy or sell a home. The appraiser is someone who comes out, takes a look at your property, compares it to similar properties that have sold nearby, and then comes up for a number for what your place is worth. Well, that number is super important because it affects how much you can charge if you're trying to sell, or what the bank will loan you to buy the place or to make upgrades. Also, how much money you can take out if you're just refinancing. So, what happens when things go sideways and you suspect it's happened because of the color of your skin or the makeup of your family? Well, that's discrimination. A family in Southern Oregon believes that exact thing happened to them, even though the state did not make that finding. Here's reporter Larry Miller.
Mike Kiser is proud of his family.
This is a picture of myself and my spouse.
A loving husband of 5 years, a daughter in college studying law. So framing reminders of the people he loves and those that love him back is his way of making a house a home. But Kiser says he never thought the family photos he cherished so much could hurt him. It all began in 2021. He and his husband decided to refinance their 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in Southern Oregon. The couple found a lender and a home appraisal was ordered. It's a standard process.
I knew this appraisal was important because we wanted to use this money to help our daughter with college.
Kiser says when he met the appraiser at the front door, it was anything but routine.
He just seemed like a pleasant older gentleman. Once he went upstairs, which is the first room he entered, he was just sharing that he was new to the area, he had relocated, and so we were having common casual conversation. And then at some point he shifted and started sharing that he disapproves of same-sex relationships. When it happened, it kind of stunned me. So I quickly went downstairs to literally hide every image of us as a couple. We have a large print from our wedding on the wall in the entry. He may have seen that and I wasn't sure, so I removed it from the wall.
Other keepsakes like photo albums were also tucked away. Anything that suggested two men lived in the house together as a family.
I had this feeling that he was discriminatory towards us and that anything I said was probably going to not be in our favor.
Once the appraisal was done, Kiser called his lender to express his concerns. They told him to wait for the appraisal to be returned, and when it was, Kiser said it confirmed his fears.
And what was your reaction when his appraisal came back?
I wasn't surprised.
But the lender was surprised. Based on the condition of the house and recent sales in the neighborhood, the lender expected the home to appraise at around $850,000. But the report completed by home appraiser Stephen Mark Schellemer valued the house at $625,000. 2 weeks later, the couple had another appraisal done with a different appraiser. That report confirmed their suspicions, valuing the house at $840,000, a $215,000 jump.
This is my home, and I don't think he should bring his personal views.
In this complaint filed with Oregon's appraisal board, it alleges Stephen Schellemer's appraisal was tainted. The investigation found Schellemer failed to comply with several administrative rules, like providing all necessary data to justify his value assessment and using appropriate valuation techniques to assign a value to the house, but nothing that ties to the allegation he discriminated against Kiser and his family. The home appraiser was ordered to complete a series of education courses that dealt with documentation, record keeping, ethics, and competency. Schellemer denied the allegation and in a response to investigators called it entirely inaccurate. He reiterated his position to us in an email response, writing, "I deny all allegations lodged against me. I have no further comment." But for Kiser, the matter is far from over. He's still processing an experience he calls traumatizing.
When you create a safe place in your own home and somebody steps in and does something that can financially deeply impact you, it triggers a lot of those old feelings.
Larry Miller, the reporter there, is morning anchor at one of our Tegna stations in Washington, D.C. He's done a number of reports on appraisal issues and got his start in the news business in Southern Oregon. He still has connections there, and that's how he found this story that we just watched. I had a chance to talk with him and get tips for anyone wondering if their appraisal is correct.
Probably the most important thing that families need to know is really the process by which these things work. I mean, the reason why this family was able to get some sort of justice was simply because they decided to move forward, tell their lender what was going on, and that lender moved forward and filed a complaint. And so even when we're going through the process of home buying, even if we're going through the process of refinancing, that we have to consider these steps, that if there is something about a home appraisal that does not make sense, every homeowner has a responsibility to report those claims to the appropriate bodies and allow them to conduct an investigation. And also, too, if they don't feel comfortable with the sort of bank that they're working with, to feel comfortable going with another bank that's going to give them and help them get an appraisal that is fair and representative of the market conditions in real time.
Okay, great. And the appropriate body, would that mostly be your lender, telling your lender, hey, we got, under appraised by 50, 75,000?
Absolutely. I would certainly have that conversation with the lender itself, but I would also have that conversation with the governing body, the state of Oregon. Just like every state has a statewide appraisal board that takes these sort of complaints seriously. They are very meticulous in their investigations. And because you're dealing with people that are familiar with, if not appraisers themselves, they know exactly what to look for as they're going through this process. Oregon's appraisal board is actually very good. In my conversations with them, they were very responsive and provided all of the data that we needed to conduct our investigation. So certainly, if homeowners don't feel comfortable with the sort of appraisal that they received, that it just doesn't make sense given the condition of their home and the condition of the market at the time, that they should move forward with a complaint. And hopefully find some sort of remedy to the situation as well.
All right. Thanks for the tips, Larry.